Hey, I've got a more casual video for you this week. A couple of the longer, bigger videos I'm working on have been delayed due to manufacturer's reasons. And we'll have those out soon. I've got most of my stuff done. I'm just waiting for a few things to come in. And this week, these consumer labs, another set of these are really small little ones, came in, and I figured since these are here and I've got the giveaway of the Xvive PX Cat 5 monitor system to catch up with, that we could do that together in a shorter, more casual video. So if you haven't seen my Xvive personal monitor over Cat system video from a couple weeks ago, check it out when we're done here. They're a pretty interesting system, and a lot of you gave great examples of how you would use them in the comments on that video. So thanks again for sharing your thoughts. I was a bit surprised, honestly, by how many people watching this channel are working in theater and dealing with pit musicians and conductors. That's really fun to know, and I'll definitely see if I can do more videos addressing that world here in the future. Having read through all of your comments, I'm going to send the set to Paul Chapman 2781, who is indeed a college theater director. I can't think of a better environment to put gear to the test than in a college music program. And as a first effort to making more theater related content for you, getting to know Paul might be a good resource for us here in the future. So I'm going to send these out, and maybe down the line somewhere we can check back in and see if they've survived or if they were up to the job that Paul had in mind with his pit conductors. That should be fun. And thanks again, of course, to Xvive for sending over that extra set to make this possible. I know a lot of you don't relate to these consumer products, and personally, I use Electrosonics gear when I need wireless or on talent recordings, but these things are showing up more and more often, and I think it's worth keeping up with what they're all about and knowing why they're so cheap compared to the gear that we like to use. And you're hearing me through these right now. I've got one on with the wind sock that it comes with. They're kind of a pain to get into these, but these are some of the smallest little labs I've ever seen. They're just that big, and they have a magnetic system on the back. And I believe I have the noise canceling turned off. Let me see if I can toggle that on and off here real quick. Okay, yeah, the blue light has come on now, so I'm thinking that's the noise canceling engaged. The truck just drove by, so we'll see if that is doing anything. Yeah, so that's the noise canceling, noise reduction, they're calling it, not noise canceling. Maybe you can hear all these pickup trucks driving by outside the window. So we'll see if that's any good, and I'm going to turn it back off so we can compare directly without the noise canceling. And at the moment, I've also got the windscreen back off, or the wind jammer, I should say. It's like a fluffy wind jammer that they provide. And my only complaint with these so far, as like using them goes, is trying to get them into those wind jammers is really tough. I've definitely dropped them a couple of times. It would be really helpful if the wind jammer had like a little tab or something to hold on to, because it's just like a round elastic band that you're trying to fit a round microphone unit into, and it just slips apart very easily. Now, I say the same thing about all of these types of creator systems, and that's how I wish they would make the provided case actually carry all of the accessories. These come with a charging case, again fitted with USB-C, and while they did make a recessed spot for the low profile magnetic mounts to fit in, if you want to use the magnetic clip mounts or the charging cable or the wind jammers especially, you'll have to carry them separately. For me, this is more annoying with the wind jammers than anything else, since they're kind of fiddly to put on and they're easy to lose if you're carrying them around loose and putting them on and off repeatedly. So while I appreciate how small the charging case and the transmitters and the receiver are in this kit, it's all for naught if I have to carry a separate pouch and stop every time to assemble the wind jammer and the clips. Specs wise, these claim to be operating at 48K, 24-bit as a digital transmission with a 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz frequency response being transmitted using Bluetooth 5.3. Now, I genuinely doubt that I have to point out to you the lack of top-end clarity on this system. I haven't EQ'd this mic at all for this video, and it's certainly not ruler flat from 20 to 20,000 hertz. That being said, for a 2-mic system that's well under $100 US at the time of filming, it does beat recording using the built-in mic on your device for most content creation tasks. And with some EQ and leveling, you could shape this into a usable tone for a lot of online platforms. These transmitters will run a whole day without being turned off, about 8 hours, which is very convenient for a lot of creators, and the Windjammers would be a huge upgrade for a lot of outdoor creators that I watch on YouTube, especially the ones making automotive or sports media content. Personally, I like the magnetic button for mounting these the most, but it's nice that they've included a clip too, which also connects to the transmitter with a magnet. Another convenient feature is how the transmitters shut themselves off automatically after 3 minutes out of the charging case without a connection. So in use, that means you can just unplug the receiver from your device, which powers it down and kills that connection. And then 3 minutes later, your transmitters will also power down without you having to touch them. So overall, these types of systems keep getting smaller and less expensive, but that does come with some compromises. This system, for instance, has no way to monitor the audio that we're recording, so if interference or dropouts happen, we'll just have to live with it. We also don't have a way to change the radio frequency or the channels we're using if we do notice an issue on site, so that could certainly cause problems in more crowded areas. Also, depending on the device you're recording to, whether it's your phone or your tablet, you may end up with syncing issues, especially on longer recordings. So while these really won't replace professional microphone systems for a number of very critical reasons, for someone doing a casual live stream from their phone or recording social media content on the go, these could be a real improvement, or at least a more convenient option than the cheaper wired microphones, or again, just using the built-in mics that get destroyed by wind and tend to capture more background noise than dialogue in a lot of videos. So let us all know what you think in the comments here. I always enjoy hearing your opinions on this kind of stuff, and genuinely always learn something from your perspectives. So thanks for watching this one, and I'll be back with something a little bit more polished very soon.